All right, guys, we've got Creator down up in the top left, Nico ranked in the bottom right. Platinum Heroes, of course, for Nico ranked. A Terran player who's been jumping up the ranks, taking many maps off pro gamers and even beating them sometimes. Creator in the top left is a monster when the game is stable. When he's able to set up his defenses, he is the Korean Showtime. He wants to defend, he wants to turtle, he wants to make shield batteries and Colossus and chill out. I have not seen a lot of Creator on this patch. He's had some good wins, he's had some good losses. I'm not sure what he's going to be bringing out. But to start, it is an early Zealot pressure against a no scout build. And, oh, he's not building a second Marine. He's going to go Reactor, which makes this much harder to defend. I've really enjoyed how CLEM recently is going second Marine in a lot of his games because the Zealot pressure is so popular right now. And building a second Marine blind does help you defend. Reaper's going to loop around, might be able to get a probe or two. But how do you defend this? You need to pull 5 SCVs to the low ground right now. He was busy microing his Reaper. Yes, he got a kill, wasted some mining time, but the bunker's not building, and that's a huge mistake for Nico. He needs an SCV building that, because once the Adept's here, it's going to be a problem. He does pull 5 SCVs. He's only lost 1 SCV so far. The Reaper is coming home, but you don't want to be losing the Marine. It's the only unit besides the Reaper with a gun. Everyone else only has drills, and he does get inside the bunker. SCV is actually doing great damage. And I think he can unload the Marine with the help of the Reaper and the SCVs. Should be able to take care of the Adept. Can Creator get one more kill? Yo, no. He only got 2 SCVs. There is another Adept here, so these SCVs do need to run away. One more does go down, bringing the total up to 3 SCVs killed. Where's the Hellions? Where's the Marines? Looks like the Marine goes down. He should have just ran these units away. Nico trying to find a bit too much. Oh, I think you can load a mule into a bunker, can't you guys? If he ran it north, he could have told the bunker to pick that up. If you guys are ever wondering how to do micro like that, you try to move your unit near the bunker and you click the bunker and you tell it the load hotkey and you left click on the unit just as it gets in range so that it doesn't decelerate as it gets closer to the bunker. I don't actually know. Do units decelerate with bunkers? I'm not sure if they do. That's usually what you do. You can't load a mule. Oh, you can't. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you, chat. Oh, Reaper Alien gets only... Ah, not good focus fire. Only gets 1 probe. Reaper will escape at least, but I think Nico's holding his own. SCV count's severely delayed, of course. 27 versus 35, but it's not entirely unusual when you account for the mules mining as well. Losing the fresh mule before, I think, was pretty bad. You also can't send Locust through a Nidus. Yeah. Well, they just don't have object permanence. And I don't know if you guys have ever, like, if you guys... So here's the analogy. So people don't understand this one. So there's actually a very good reason when you think about the lore. So have you guys ever had Taco Bell at 3 a.m.? And if you've been drinking heavily, you know, like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to have like 1 or 2 tacos. Like, it's a pretty, like, you're going to eat way more than you should. You're going to ingest an inhuman amount of that liquid, in quotation marks, cheese that they have. And like, that doesn't have object permanence, right? That is not real food. Like, it's like the idea of Mexican food made up by a very insane American person. And it is fantastic in its own way. Don't get me wrong, I love Taco Bell. But like, it doesn't go through you very smoothly. Like, you are going to have a bit of a disastrous follow-up in the bathroom. And that's what I'm saying is essentially, Locusts have a timed life. They don't have object permanence, much like the Taco Bell food. So if you put them inside the Nidus worm, which is a Zerg intestine, I mean, it knows it's just going to basically have a wet splat. So I think in the actual, like, universe, not in game, you could load them in, but they would come out just as basically a little spludge, a little bit of an accident, a bit of a wet, you know, a bit of a spray. Like, there wouldn't be a whole Locust comes out. Whole Locust goes in, a bit of a wet spray comes out, you know? And I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be cool if the programmers had made the time to actually put that in the game so it actually does like 3 damage to enemy units nearby or something, as the Nidus sharts on them. So like, if they're surrounding the Nidus with workers and you load enough Locusts in, you can actually like one-shot the workers that are surrounding the Nidus with the shard. But it's like a very niche move that you should only pull off if you're really confident, you know? Anyways, StarCraft. There is an observer spotting the high ground, guys, so Creator's picking off these units. Units lost tab in favor of Creator. He's doing a really good job of containing. He's got a 3rd base up. Charge is on the way. And, oh, look at that. Immortal says no to the auto turret. And he's Bio trying to defend. He doesn't have any siege tanks. I mean, Nicarak's gotten away without the normal siege tank commitment. And that is impressive in of itself, right? He's cut corners here and gotten away with it. Creator's made him pay with a few units, but not as many. as he might have wanted to snipe. It is going to be third command center, extra depots going down. Stim shields, both finished. +1 and concussive are getting close to done as well. Gets himself a stalker by stimming some bio across the map. Observer's going to track. We've got sentries, zealots, shield batteries, stalkers, and of course the robo bays on the way. Creator loves defensive Colossus tech. I truly do feel his style of play just loved the shield battery, loved that shield battery overcharge. Gave him an excuse to camp at his Nexus, which is already Creator's favorite thing to do. He's very defensive and he's so good at it. Oh, good pylon snipe. Gets another pylon snipe. He should probably pick up and leave, but he gets blocked by that zealot. Oh, and I think might want to leave with the medevacs and just focus the stalkers down here. Yeah, if you save at least one of those medevacs, it's a little better, but he does kill a lot of stalkers, a few pylons, a couple probes, and he's going to get one more probe and one more sentry. I gotta say, he's getting decent trades. It's not too bad. It wasn't positive, but he's got a third almost finished. Is that good? I have no idea if that was good. Auto turret, the Raven's hiding in the back, fourth bait. I think Creator's still ahead, but like it's pretty marginal. There's no Colossus out just yet. The Robo's only now getting depowered, so he's delayed the Colossus significantly. Yeah, this might actually shave out kind of well for Nico, just because the tech, the +1 and the Colossus are so delayed. If that was going the whole time, I think this wouldn't have been a good trade for Nico. But because of that, now he can cancel the fourth. He doesn't know about the fourth. He doesn't even expect there to be a fourth. He doesn't realize Creator's greed is so impressive. Oh! Gets himself a sentry. Can he get another one? And then run. Run, run, run. You're staying way too long. Going for the Immortal is so greedy. Doesn't quite get it. One of his Marauders gets trapped on the force fields. Widowmine is going to just only get a single Zealot. Good trade there for Creator. And these units are trying to stim and run away. I want to run away. I want to boost away. Ignite Afterburners, pretty good ability, guys. He is going to get home with some of those units. He's got a few more Widowmines and Marauders at home. And can he defend the counter? Getting rid of the Observer would really help with the high ground vision. Only one Widowmine does fire, and actually, no, it didn't fire. I thought it was firing, but it was actually a Marauder shot that went out as the line disappeared from the exact same angle from the Widowmine, so I thought it was a shot there. Ghost Academy's on the way, 2-2's coming in as well. Calling Taco Bell amazing. I'll be honest, guys, I haven't had Taco Bell since 2001, when it opened in Australia and then closed within like 1 year. And it wasn't so much great as it was like amazing. Like, have you guys ever, you know when you play with Play-Doh as a kid and you want to eat it because it kind of looks tasty? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like that, you're kind of like, I know this isn't food, but I want to put it in my mouth. Well, as an Australian who grew up in the 90s, witnessing Taco Bell for the first time and realizing like they made a restaurant that was basically dedicated to that feeling. They're like, this isn't really food, but I want to put it in my mouth and it kind of looks like plastic. I was like amazed. And I did really enjoy it at the time, just because it was like I was allowed. I was having like officially, you know, it was I am allowed to. I am encouraged to eat not food. It was like such a fun experience, you know. It was really cool. It closed within like a year. They're back now. I believe is there a Taco Bell in Sydney, guys? I know there's like one or two in Melbourne, I think. I think there's a few in Australia that have reopened in the last few years. So I've got to go try it and review it again. They sell Coronas in your city? Oh, yeah. No, you just catch Corona at the one in Sydney here, unfortunately. Yeah. Dumb joke, guys. I apologize. Fifth Nexus is on the way. Storm coming in as well. Nico, like I said, guys, Nico has gotten so much better. You do not want to be playing Creator in a macro game like this, but Nico, he's had fantastic games with CLEM's Protoss on the ladder recently. Unfortunately, this is going to be a real skill test because that fourth command center, if it gets focused down, his whole army's out of position. I think the observers have just given so much info. Creator's going to try and dive in. I think you got to go home. I think you have to go home as Nico, but he doesn't want to miss his timing, man. He's going to try to defend, but doing both at once is going to be a very hard skill test. He's going to try to fight with the SCVs, the bio. The SCVs do run away. Good choice to disengage. Standing and fighting with the SCVs is what gets you killed in this matchup. He is going 8 racks. Nicorakt loves to play 8 racks in this matchup, even when a lot of Terran players would rather go for the quicker starports. Then again, actually, sorry, he went 2 starports before going for it. Never mind. He does have 2 starports on the reactors, so he can pump Vikings medevacs as needed. He's already got 12 Vikings. which should beat the Colossus. Upgrades are 2-2 against just +2 for Protoss. I think Nico's fine. Oh, the 4th command center didn't continue building. That's a problem. Ah, that's always annoying. He does notice it, though. He shift clicks it immediately. Uh-oh. No, not here. Oh, my God, he shoves. Nico shoves through the choke point. Oh, my God, the Disruptor. The first shot does not get off. A Colossus and a Disruptor go down. Great fight, but can he defend the counter? He's got some Widow Mines ready for the Zealot run by, so he might be able to. He's going to find another Disruptor. I'd love to see him catch the Immortal, but Storm is here. Oh, my God. Is he going to just walk right through it? Oh, God. He was distracted. Prism gets inside the main base, guys. And I don't know about you guys, but when a Prism gets inside my main base, it's a little bit uncomfortable. You know, it's like suddenly you're at a show and then you're sitting a bit too close to the front and the comedian starts talking to you and asking you what you do or why you look funny or something. You're like, deer in headlights. Oh, God. We're going to see how Nico can roll with the punches. He's like, oh, I'm a Terran player. And the guy on stage is like, wow, what did your parents hate you? You wanted to live up to their expectations of you being a constant whiny bitch or something? And he's like, what? Terran's skillful race. I didn't want to be a noob. Anyways, Nico's handling this really well. I'm actually very impressed. As much as I'm just talking shit the whole time rather than seriously commentating, he's actually handling a lot of multitasking very well. His army is getting better and better. The problem is that Storm's delaying him. By the way, guys, this Raven, only on 8 kills. Creator's been handling it really well. 13 minutes. Raven's dropped about 1 billion auto turrets, but hasn't really found much. Oh, the Observers are too good. I think the Observers are what's going to win it for Creator. Just because he can ambush and he can see where you are. And Nico has not had as much vision. He's kind of blind. He doesn't know when he's being watched, which means Storm! Storm Creator! Okay, apparently Creator with vision of the army was a bit distracted. A bit slow on that Storm. Could have got a few more ticks, but the Vikings are damaged. Big Bioforce on the right. More Ghosts are being built. There's only 4 Ghosts. He does need to really focus on Ghosts. I think these barracks and tech labs being delayed did hurt Nico's production. Taco Bell conversation has moved on to Chipotle. I have had Chipotle once. It was solid. It was totally fine. There was like nothing. Chipotle was just a solid burrito, guys. It was perfectly fine. I wouldn't say it was as good as the fanciest Mexican restaurants I've been to, but I didn't exactly expect it to. Oh! Viking medevac just got stormed real bad. It's I have to go home and repair right now. And Creator's not going to give him time. Creator's going to cut him off in the retreat. Oh no! Oh no! He's going to catch him! Creator just lost a lot of economy. He's lost his 5th bases multiple times, but he's going to catch these boys. Creator needs to get out. You can't fight with Reddit Point Vikings. The Archons cleanse the Vikings. Then again, wait, the High Templar derping from the left. Hold on, no. Orange and red army. Creator got cocky. Creator stumbles into an awkward engage. The units were well spread. The flank came in from the right. It was healthy. Nico crushing these fights. 8,000 resource lost advantage. Has a forethought. Really, really well done. Dude, this is actually a fantastic match. You know what's really funny, guys? Once I was talking to someone about how the Taco Bell cheese was like the most stunning thing to me the first time I went. I was like, what the fuck is this like weird liquid shit? And they were like, oh, that's not cheese, that's queso. And I was just kind of like, you know that moment when you tell an Indian person you don't want tea, you want chai? And they're looking at you and they're like, really? It was that moment, you know? There was just a silent contemplation for a little bit. I was like, do they know? Did they actually just say that? That's not cheese, that's queso? Like, I was like, really? Are we? Oh, good EMPs, but the Storm does zone him for now. But another base going down in the bottom left side. The Bio Ghost and the Viking dancing away. Nico doing really, really, really well. Oh my God, the Bio Viking Ghost doing what it can. Doing what it can. Eating his own Storm, his Creator. I think there's a giant army on the left that could flank this. Creator kind of eating his own Storms, chasing through and getting ripped apart. Nico Raptor is so good right now. GG, well played. All right, guys. Creator over in the bottom right side of the map going for Adept Stargate opening. Nico in the top left. Looks like he's gone for a 1-rax expand, has he? Or actually, it's a pretty quick factory. Is it gas first? What is this? What is this? That's a pretty quick factory reactor swap over after Reaper. This looks like a gas first opening, right, guys? Oh yeah, gas first Hellions with a quick starport. Watch out, Adept. You're going to need to shade out as quickly as you realize there's a reactor on that factory. Very nicely done. Reaper runs in. Doesn't quite get the probe. Good defense there for Creator. This guy gets in, sees everything. Nico might rotate into the main, see if he can pick off a probe. Smix, spelt with a K. Thank you for the 3-month resub. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for activating the hype train. What's up? All right. So we've got how many adepts? 3 adepts, and it's going to be defensive Phoenix. The goal with Phoenix, guys, you build them, you sit at home. Where's the next one? Oh, Creator, a bit of an overlap there. And then you see what you can get done with it. Banshee is on the way. Ooh. So it's 4 Hellions into Cloaked Banshee. I mean, this can work if you slide in without the Phoenix spotting you. And he should know what's happening from the Hellions going in. Because they could just attack, start killing the Adepts, and then the Phoenix will have to come down to defend. There's 1 Adept on the high ground, 2 on the natural. Reaper Grenade probably goes in here. I think he just fights the Adepts, yeah. He's going to kill 1, and then the Phoenix is going to pick up the other units. The other Adept goes down. The 3rd Adept not down here just yet. I do love the energy refill on the Phoenix to pick that up, and the last Adept will get the Reaper, but 2 probes and 2 Adepts go down. I think that's an okay trade. Not good for Terran, but it's an okay trade for Terran. Most importantly, he finds out what's happening, and he knows, I got to hide these Banshees. And I hope the Phoenix don't scout this. He's got to try and zone this. I need 20 seconds to sneak a Banshee out. And I think that should be rallied to the back corner of his base. He's just got nothing that shoots up. He's got 4 Marines. These Phoenix should have a full scout. Cyclone's only now building. I think the Phoenix, if they spot this, it's going to be big. Phoenix trying to fly back. Banshee's going down to the bottom right. All right, 3rd Nexus has begun. We've got the 4 gas set up. Robo Bay is about halfway built. And the Banshee cloaks and moves in. Now, we do have an observer out. It's close by, which means I think we're looking at 4 probe kills. Good pull away, might limit it to 3. Oh, yeah, oh, 2! Oh, Creator. Takes that Banshee to Dicktown. Very well played. Creator getting a bit more control. He's also slowing the pace down, right? Playing an old school Phoenix Colossus style. I think he wants to lower the tempo. Nico looked really good at like microing, macroing, moving around. And I feel like Nico is actually probably the best upcoming Terran right now. I actually think he's getting better than Percival, which is kind of crazy to say. I think Percival's been kind of poking around near the top for a long time. I don't know. I feel like just recently, Nico seems very confident multitasking and just kind of macroing, microing. I imagine we're going to see a pretty straightforward build here. Only 1 tank, so once again, he's weak against 4-gate blink. Creator very rarely 4-gate blinks, though. I think when you play against these ultra defensive Protoss players, you know, cutting corners, don't build 2 or 3 siege tanks, don't build your bunker. You can get away with sometimes cutting corners and going straight to the stim, the Vikings. And he's actually going Vikings without building any medevacs, which is absolutely mad, but also kind of awesome because it shuts down any Phoenix harassment. 3rd Command Center has just started. Creator does see it as it begins. Keep the tournament's coming, Tyrannodon! How you doing, Tyrannodon? Thank you very much for the love. Appreciate your big $25 dues, mate. Thank you so much for helping support the Pigasaur weekly. And yeah, you and Tsunami getting us on that way. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the generosity. It's people like that, throw those dollary dues in, that allow the StarCraft scene and these weekly tournaments to continue. All right. Bio Viking moving forward. Doesn't have any medevacs. Remember, every stim is irrecoverable. And I honestly don't think Nico can push in here. I think he needs to chill. He's trying to use the Viking in the tank range, and he's doing good. Like, the battery's already out of juice. There's no blink, remember. Oh, Creator was going to take the fight. Pre-charge. But a good pullback here for Nico. Now, Nico's still no medevacs. Is he going to lift off this factory and build a second starport right now? Watch for it. Yeah, he's going to. He's going to! My man! Okay, so what you can do, guys, is against Phoenix Colossus, especially if they keep building Phoenix, if you can hit them with like 14 Vikings and just obliterate the Phoenix and the Colossus before they have a good ground army. Often their ground upgrades are a bit behind, their storm's a bit behind, but actually Creator's done a really good job. He only built 4 Phoenix. He's already got charge and +1 finishing storm on the way. So I think he's going to be well prepared for any sort of like Ghost Viking 3-base timing. And I think Nico might regret the fact that I think he's going to heavily delay his 2-2 upgrades in his 4th command center in favor of more of a 3-base timing window. And I don't think that's going to work out. And look at Creator, guys. I told you he loves hugging his Nexus. Like, this is why he loves Shield Battery Overcharge. He's so good at defending. Just going to poke out with like a few scouting units, nothing else really. He just wants to chill. Army split to both sides. He's got 2 different army squads, both with High Templar and Phoenix in them. Like, look at this army, guys. This is like Alpha Star. Like, he's got 2 Phoenix, 1 Immortal, 2 High Templar, a Sentry, and 2 Colossus. This side, it's 1 Sentry, 2 High Templar, 2 Phoenix. How do you control this? Like, this is actually... You guys know back in the day... Like, I remember there was 5 years ago, there was this whole period of really bad Protoss players on Reddit complaining that Protoss had too many abilities. They're like, how am I meant to micro my Phoenix and my High Templar and my Sentries and my Blink Stalkers and my Oracles all at the same time? And I was like, have you fucking donkeys not watched a pro game? No one's stupid enough to put all of those units in one game because they're not going to use all those abilities at the same time. How dumb are you? Creator's the one top Protoss who's like, hold my beer. He's like, I want at least 3 spellcasters, preferably 4, in both armies, on both sides of the map. Like, you can't split these into different control groups. It's just army 2, army 1. And you just tab between them or control click things and throw spells willy-nilly. So annoying to control, in my opinion. But he's just going to try and make it work, and let's see how he does. He's got Blink on the way. He's got 2-1. The Ghost Viking timing I was talking about is coming now. I think a 4th command center did just finish. It wasn't that late. And 2-2 started as well. Nico's not really as all in. I thought he was going to commit to a timing. He's kind of playing this in a bit more of a chill style. Dude, the Storm zoning your own army out is actually really funny, right? Oh, no! Oh, he's on... Oh, my God! Dude, the snipe not one-shotting the Zealot is so weird, isn't it? It's so weird. I saw the snipe. I was like, I was going to say he gets sniped, and then I'm like, oh, still has 20 hit points. Okay. The Marine has to finish him. All right. I mean, right now it's 2-1 upgrades. Almost done for Protoss. Not quite. There's a lot of Storm. Depends where the EMP's at. There's only 8 Vikings, which won't just obliterate everything. Ooh, good EMP to start. Does he get another one? Oh, he missed the second EMP. That High Templar is still... Oh, and he missed the 3rd one. Okay, Nico cannot take this fight. He eats a Storm. He does kill the Nexus. He now has to run away. But Creator's not going to let him. Creator's going to chase. There's no EMPs in this army. This is a mostly Marine army. Colossus are going to ruin it. I mean, he's doing a good job kiting. He's doing a very good job kiting, but his medevacs are gone. The Guardian Shield did a lot of work. Now the Zealots are out of range of it. Another Stim does come in. Can't really be taking these Archon shots, but he is. He's going to get out of there. Does he try to kill the Archon, or does he try to pull back? He's going to try and pull back. He's got a big reinforcement. He's got a Planetary to fall back on. Stalkers, Blinker's now finished. So they do chase down a few Vikings. And looks like, I don't think there's any Storm. Oh, there we go. Those 2 High Templar in the back, but he only gets 1 of them with the EMPs. And it wasn't even the fight starting yet, which means that is really bad. 2 Storms on that High Templar. He's only got 1 EMP to deal with it. Vikings come forward. Stalkers damaging those Vikings heavily. Tank is sieged. Is it enough? Good EMP, but it does not take out the Storms. They're going to come in from behind in a big way. The Viking Marauder Ghost trying to hold the line, but Creator's army is too big. It's too Chad. And that's a large Protoss boy out for a vengeance. 4 Immortals, 3 Colossus, a pack of Archons. Lots of endless Guardian Shield. Good Zealot reinforce as well. And Nico just can't hang on. Really good defensive macro play for Creator this time. And I think we might see him go for Phoenix Colossus again in Game 3 just to try to slow the pace down and get to this macro game in a bit of a better situation. Well played by Creator. Takes Game 2 and ties up the series 1-1. I know Nico's not going to leave right now, guys. I'm just like, he kind of should, but he will in a moment. He will in a moment. That's a lot of them. There's 5 Immortals. Stalker's going to take out the Vikings. Yes, the Colossus goes down. That is a lot of Protoss, man. Storm goes down in the back. Immortal's clearing the barracks, and Nico's going to tap. All right, guys. Nico's been playing well. He's going to go back to double gas here on Old Republic. It is, of course, the beautiful Nazca Lines map. I don't know. I love these patterns. And Creator in the bottom left side is going to go for... Oh, he's going to go for the Reaper Wall-Off. Now, of course, if this was Hero, he'd build the Reaper Wall-Off up here. Guys, what map was that in TLMC? Where it was like very similar to this, where there was an obvious ledge, and then there's like this big obvious area that no Reaper could jump up, and Hero built his gateway and Cybercore here. And the Reapers just jumped up the ledge and saw his Stargate. What was that game we were casting the other day? It was so funny, man. I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, what is going on? It was actually hilarious. That was, I think that was the game where he got all in as well, right? Actually, that was wasn't that last week's Pigasaur? It might have been last week's Pigasaur. Oh, thank you guys. I remember it was the final game or the fourth game or whatever it was as well. And there was an all-in coming, and he didn't scout the all-in because he was like, oh, my Phoenix are hidden. And a Reaper jumped up the ledge twice and saw Phoenix producing, and Hero still thought his Phoenix was a secret because he thought he'd walled off the Reaper ledge. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, Hero, what? Do you actually not realize your Phoenix have been scouted? He's like, oh, it's a surprise. I'm like, he saw your Phoenix 2 minutes ago. I mean, to be fair, Hero's the sort of man that maybe he like stayed up all night to play until 1 p.m. Korean time or something, but I don't know. You'd think a tournament that starts at like 9, 10 a.m. Korean time you'd wake up for rather than stay up for, but you never know with pro gamers' schedules. Has Ghost Snipe been nerfed? It got nerfed a long time ago. I don't know, a few seasons ago? Down to 130 damage. It still has a bonus versus Psionic, so it still one-shots the spellcasters, but it doesn't one-shot like Roaches or Zealots anymore. It leaves them with a little bit of life. A little itty bit. I think it does 130 rather than 150 or something like that, or it used to be 170, whatever the number was. Also takes 1 more to kill Ultras. But the Ghost has been buffed recently. It got a light tag, so it's a little more vulnerable to Colossus and Banelings, but it's 25 more hit points, and it's back to 2 supply, which is pretty damn good. Didn't the new patch change something about the leash range? I don't think so. You guys let me know if it did. Maybe it did. I don't think so. I think Patches and Greenote have messed around with that, but I don't think anything went through officially. I could be wrong. Good wall off from Creator, guys. 3 Reaper, 2 Alien finds absolutely no damage here. That is going to be a 3-gate to the rowboat. It's almost 4 minutes and his natural's not saturated. This was a core before Nexus, so it does slow down your probing slightly. But there we go. Twilight does go down. So this is a very defensive opening. It's Stalker, Sentry, Robo, just get scouting. It's a huge macro map as well, so he just wants to play safe. Second barracks goes down here. It's going to be just a 2 Widow Mine drop for Nico. Nothing too cray-cray. In fact, is he worried about Stargate behind this? I'm surprised he's not moved out with those Widow Mines. Oh! Oh, this is, yeah, super worth trading a Hellion for a Stalker. Oh, dude. This Hellion should run away as well. Run away with the Hellion, keep it alive. Could have kept it alive. Nico not bothering with the pullback. He's going to get a Sentry as well. Creator! Oh, my lord! Creator, what are we doing? Damn, Creator just getting wrecked. He knew there were 3 Reapers and 2 Aliens, and he chased them with just 2 Stalkers. That was a bit of a silly maneuver. Cost him a bunch of units. 2 Stalkers, a Sentry, and a Probe for 2 Aliens. Nico can't believe his luck right now. Creator with a bit of a blunder. What did we just witness? Big unforced error. Immortal pushes back the Reapers. And there is a Raven out as well. Unfortunately, Stalkers are going to catch that, and that could be huge. Oh, it's too slow to react. He'd already used boost to move out. That's really bad for him. That's very bad. There's no blink, so he can't bait the shots. He could fly over there with the Prism. It's going to be an Immortal 2 Zealot drop. Reaper does see the Prism, but I don't know if he's noticed it. Ah, the Observer actually is going to come back here. Oh, that's really big for Creator after that earlier screw-up, but the 3 Reapers are still alive. They do find another probe. They should run south and hide in the corner, I believe. Auto turret comes in as well. Pretty good pressure. Nico needs to run away with these Reapers, guys. He's going to try to do that, but he will lose at least 1. Meanwhile, though, Creator not reacting. 5 probes go down. But it's okay, because he's going to get stimmed with 2 Zealots and an Immortal. What is this game? Oh, no. Nico's going to lose his stim. He will save combat shields. He cancels shields and starts stim anyway, because he knows that's a much more important and longer upgrade. But that is a very nice move for Creator in the midst of multiple mistakes. We are looking at a sloppy StarCraft match. You can see there's a shield battery up in each base, which will defend future auto turret harassment. Now, Charge is done, as well as Colossus on the way. Notice that Creator does not have Blink nor Phoenix, so he has no way of controlling the skies. Not good focus fire. He should have refocused on these guys, but, you know, Nico has other things to focus on. Fair call. He's got a third command center on the way, fourth and fifth barracks. Did the Prism see that? No, it did not. So Creator's not quite sure how much economic versus aggressive focus there is for the Terran. And to be fair, Stim and Shields are still going to be done at a decent time, about 7. But not leaving units in the main could get him in trouble. Remember, he doesn't have Stim, so these Zealots could be annoying, especially with Charge. Gets himself an SCV and then just picks up and leaves, being a nuisance. The Raven here. Ready to drop auto turrets on the third since there's no shield battery in that mineral line. Good choice. Now, Creator's gone up to 5 gates by the looks of it. 6 gates. +1. Extended thermal lance on the way. He doesn't have Blink on the way just yet. Still a bit gas-starved. More focused on Colossus and Zealots to defend. I think he's just saying numbers rather than cheeky tech. Like, I don't care about shutting down drops. I care about just having a big army to survive. Because this guy's really good with his multi-prong aggro. And let's just have a lot of stuff. But it means it's going to be hard for him to chase down well micro drops. And yet again, a few more probes and mining time. I mean, it's really worth, especially when you get the mining time. Oh no, Nico! Nico's going to throw a medevac away. The bio does stem forward. Stays their hand though. Combat shields now is finished and beautiful army split. And a zealot run by with the prism. Oh, excellent. Excellent play. The Vikings need to hunt that prism down. Nico doesn't throw away a lot of units though. A lot of players, lesser Terrans, throw their army away here. Nico pull back. Vikings will clean up the prism. Bio should be able to defend the main, especially with Stim now ready. And lose a few SCVs. Nothing to worry about. And actually, it's only one. Prism goes down. You can see chunks of it falling into that purple water, guys. Raven could throw another auto turret. This time, though, there's a new shield battery. So Creator's been massing shield batteries, man, to stop these auto turrets. So now the Raven knows, okay, I better drop it on this base, since that base doesn't have auto turrets. But he's in vision, which means the Stalkers could deal with him. There we go. Does pull back. All right, scan goes down, guys. Wanted to kill an observer, but the observer's there. Do you think that's unfortunate for him? I think one of the most important places to build a turret randomly in PvT is like here. Just to kind of clear that little area. But the problem is I do it and the observer's there the whole game. It's like just off to the side, just out of range. And I'm like, ree. Surely that purple water is just Thanos' P? Yeah. Yeah, it's the Old Republic, guys. He's snapped everyone out of existence, which is why no one's here anymore. This was the first society, civilization, that was a little bit toxic. And he removed all of them, and then he was like, oh, this didn't fix anything. Now it's just gone. So then he came up with this whole, oh, I should just remove half. Half is better. By the way, I'm loving whatever's going on down there, guys. I really like it. There's like some machinery snaky things going around. Some little curly whirlies. Friggin' awesome. That's cool, man. There's a cannon there. That'll defend. The Raven just needs to chill and drop like triple auto turret now. 4 Vikings building at a time. 4th command center. 2-2 is on the way at a good time for Nico. Nico's having trouble trading though. So he's just got to focus on efficiency. I think ghost count is the most important thing for Nico. Like he needs to make sure this barracks is building ghosts as well. Probably don't build any more Marines. Get off this reactor and build an extra tech lab. Because I think Marines are a little too fragile. They'll help kill the Zealots though. And there is a lot of Zealots, 18 of them. Units lost tab slightly in favor of Nico, as Creator takes a 5th base in the bottom right. 5th and 6th gas goes up for Creator as well. Both players will be maxing out at a similar time, but it's the lack of production for Nico that worries me. He's not quite maxed. He's building 4 more medevacs, which is decent. He's also... Okay, he's at 200 supply capability now, but he just build 4 more ghosts would be amazing. Double auto turret comes down, and 4 more probes do fall. Not bad. But he's about to get hit. Big push. Creator's going to shove him. Creator's going to shove him. Nico, a bit slow to react. Already loses 1 medevac. Stalker's blinking forward, trying to get a second. Command center runs away. The SCVs are in the open. Force fields do try to come down. Zealots on the left at the same time. This is always the big test for Terran players, is how do you defend multiple angles? That's why I've noticed CLEM does try to throw extra bunkers up in the late game, so we can at least have bunkers defending the rally point and that sort of stuff. It's hard as a Terran because, you know, bring your whole army, you want to focus on the front, but look at that, 26 SCVs go down in the moment, and Creator this time around finds the weak spot. And Nico now very far behind as the second Forge and the Stargate begin for Creator. I do love him going armor rather than +3 attack. Very quick upgrade, very cheap upgrade, and super high value on all these Zealots. Alright, a couple of Zealots will go down to the bio. Fourth Command Center is going to try and float up again. Didn't lose a Command Center or anything. These guys will go down. 2-2 now kicks in for Terran. And let's see how quick he is to start +3, because Nico is very worried about the army pouncing after that last move. And he's not F2ing at all, which is really well done. Nico's looking really good, man. He's gotten so much better. I remember, like, was it like a year ago? First time I played Nico, a year or two, and I was like, this guy's not that good. This kid just 2-base all-ins. He's developed so much in the last few years. I always love that, because I'm such a disrespectful idiot in my head, where I'm like, this guy's not that good. Because he beat me, of course. But he's developed so much. Oh, that's a good move. Gets the High Templar before the energy recharge could land. The Stalker's moving in Creator. What are we doing, mate? Doesn't run his probes away and just walks Stalkers in Creator. This is similar to how he fell apart on map 1. What was that? He could have warped in a High Templar on the backside and done a Zoning Storm. But he just left his probes to die. Another Nexus is going to go down. Nico's going to pull away. He's like, I just did a crazy good fight. I don't need to fight right now. Like, let's make sure I'm organized. His ghost count sucks. He really needs to stop building Marauders and start building more Ghosts. This is Nico's biggest problem, guys. His ghost count is way too low. Archons are going to be effective tanks if you don't have that. Not to mention the Immortals if you don't knock off their barriers early. Creator. Deep breaths, bud. Left his Prism out. He doesn't know where the army is. Prism's a freebie there. Nico takes it. Mama is building. Creator's still not maxed. He's floating a little bit of money. His supply blocked. Vikings will clear the Colossus. There's just nothing on the left that fights. The army that really fights is on the right side. EMPs. Very good EMPs on the High Templar. All of the High Templar with Storm were clumped in one spot. Oh, man. Dude, Nico's slaughtering right now. 7 more probes went down with the bio-stimming in there. That Observer does actually survive by moving out of scan range, funnily enough. The bio shoving forward. Nico is like, I think I can just win if you don't have Storm. And where's the High Templar warp in? Energy recharge combo. He's got a High Templar. He energy recharged the battery accidentally, not the High Templar. A terrible misclick there for Creator. He's trying to buy time for more Colossus, but he's just getting plowed through. Creator falling apart under pressure. Nico looked great. I don't want to take anything away, but like, what? Why? Okay, so Creator was in a really good spot at this point, right? Great spot. Massive economic advantage. You gotta be careful to not lose the next fight, though. You want extra High Templar for insurance, maybe extra cannon battery. You want to track the army with observers. You know, second Robo, he's doing good things. He's not maxed, which is a bit dicey. And then he's like, okay, your army's there. Crap, I need to get home. If I were him, I would have clumped up and recalled immediately, knowing he's kind of got the jump on me. But Creator's like a bit slow to move back. I mean, he had to go the long way around because of these rocks. Nico just dives south. And I don't know why he didn't recall there. That was odd. But it's like, okay, he didn't recall. He warped in a few Zealots and High Templar, lost them without energy recharging. Moves these Stalkers in, doesn't move the probes. What is he possibly doing with his actions? I think Creator must be tilted in the matchup right now. That's the only explanation I have. This is someone when they've been losing poker hand after poker hand and they just start playing like a complete donkey. No offense to Creator. I've seen him play much better than this. This is very weird. Very weird play from Creator. This base, he doesn't even try to run the probes and recall them. Like, I was very shocked. He didn't try to warp in a High Templar, energy recharge it to trap the army with Storm. What if he did a Zealot warp in and a Storm, ambushes that army with a Storm, comes in from both sides? Like, there's so many things that most Protoss players would think of doing that, but it feels like Creator is like unconfident or something in late game. I mean, great play by Nicorette, guys. I don't want to take anything away, but Creator, I hope he's in a good spot mentally, because this looked like a player who is on maximum tilt in the matchup. GG, well played to Nicorette.